So, story time. I'm going to tell the story first because I keep on getting stuck in the intro. So I'm going to tell my story first, and then I'll go into a little bit about me after that. Story is kind of fresh, so if I seem a little bit anxious, it literally just played out. So one of the things that I'm currently struggling with, one of the reasons that I'm struggling with my mental health is family issues, specifically issues with my father. Recently, in March, I stood up to my father and I told him that he couldn't do whatever he wanted, and what he wanted was to take care of me. And by that I mean he wanted to wash my hair, brush my hair, as this just this thing with me and my hair. And after being an adult and going through all the phases, is it a cultural thing? Is it a normal thing in Russian culture? And finding out that it's not, and fighting with him constantly, and going through the cycles where I stay strong and I don't let him do it, and then I give in to him because I can't take it anymore. And so I finally just told him that he can't do it, that I'm not going to allow it to happen anymore, and that if it does, I'm going to take action. At that point, he threatened to kick me out of my house, which I am a legally disabled person, as for him forcing me to go on Social Security disability, so he can't really kick me out of my house. And then after that, I haven't been feeling safe, and I became depressed, and in feeling unsafe and depressed, it showed in my room. My room became very messy, and I was living in fear. And it took me a while to get to a point where I can say, okay, I need to get back. I need to get organized. I need to figure out how to do things. And so that's what I've been working on lately, just finding ways to be organized, finding ways to cope. I'm still dealing with threats from my father, and a month ago, my father just called my caseworker and started to complain that he wanted me out and that he was going to kick me out and that I wasn't good at anything and that my room was a mess and that was why he wanted me out, without telling her the reality of why my room was a mess and what transpired to get me into that space. And so she came and she saw the room and it was bad. But I told her I was working on it and she said she would give me a month. So I worked on it as much as I could. And I felt pretty good about where it was. It wasn't perfect, but it was getting there. And being that my father has disowned me and my brother, so I can't have my brother come and help me. And there's nobody else that I can really ask that I trust to come and help me. So doing it on my own, being a student part-time, working full-time, and just living in a place where I don't feel safe. And I don't feel safe to go to the bathroom. I don't feel safe to make myself a cup of coffee. I don't feel safe to make myself food. I had to buy an air fryer, and I'm gonna have to buy a mini fridge because I don't feel safe going into the kitchen, which is also their living room, which is also their room because it's a 1-bedroom apartment. I don't feel safe because of all the tension. And so I saw the progress, but she said, no. She said, you have 1 more month. And I said, 1 more month. I'm going to try, but I can't promise you. And, you know. And it really hurt because I didn't feel understood. I didn't feel I just really didn't feel understood because everything that my father said to her was taken out of context. And I didn't have the words. And I was emotional. I couldn't do it. I couldn't talk to her. Not really. So yeah, that's my story for today. And the thing is, I've learned from working with caseworkers for many, many years that at least in the United States, caseworkers only see half of the story. And I'm saying that not just from my experience, but with a caseworker, but from other people's experiences that I've heard. I've had really, really amazing parents have there have APS called to take away their kids. Not once, but twice. So yeah. So my name is Rachel, and I was in Evan Carmichael's Momentum Challenge. I've been following Evan Carmichael for years and years and years. And years ago, maybe like, I don't know how many years ago, but I was dealing with the same thing where the story that I told last time, where I wanted to end my life, where I had thoughts about ending my life, and it only got worse. So for anybody who's going through something like this, what you need to know is that the caseworker is never going to understand the full story, but it's your job to advocate for yourself and to tell the caseworker what you need and what's going to be helpful to you, and how you really have to fight for what you need, because they're not going to understand. So you really need to make your points very clear and precise and say, I need this, or this is what I'm going through, this is what they're saying. And so, yeah. Gonna end it there. Need to work on my intros and my outros. That might be a question that I ask Evan at some point. So until next time, thanks. Bye.